describe as extraordinary as someone that want to succeed in life to the fullest extent of the Lord Jesus Christ. Anybody can be a fool in this world today. Anybody can take a gun. It's already a proven factor that 6-year-olds can take a gun and kill one another or someone else. But to be a man that follows the Lord Jesus Christ and live according to that will, that is one of the most hardest things in the world, is to be that man. Me, myself, I am striving hard to be one of his followers and his disciple. I love, peace, and joy, because I think that that's the ultimate of a man in the success of whatever it is that he wants to do in life. Who is my major influence? My major influence is the Lord Jesus Christ. I've tried everything in life, and I've always failed at everything that had anything to do with bad, because I've always ended up being my own best customer with drugs, with robberies, with burglaries. I've tried it all. I've did it all. None of it I was successful in. But I did find that I can seek Jesus and be successful in doing the things that he wants me to do, and be a blessing to others, as well as to be a blessing to others spiritually and financially. Now, is he famous? He is the most famous of them all that ever walked on earth, because he died for not just for my sins, but for the sins of the world. And no other man can go through the torture, or will go through the torture that he went through for me and you. The toughest loss that I've ever had in life was my father. At the age of 22 years old, my father passed away. And it was as if somebody took my life away from me. It was as if I didn't want to ever do anything anymore. I was rebellious. I was mean. I was ornery. I took people and thought that they were all nothing. I never wanted to even live according to the way that people thought that life should be. I thought that I could do whatever I wanted to do, because I didn't have him here to tell me, or to help me, or to help lead and guide me in the right way. Everyone needs that influence in their life, or that type of person. Everybody. I didn't have that person there to talk to when I was troubled in my mind, and I grew up with a group that was not me necessarily being a follower, but I was not a leader, because of the factor that if I was a leader, I would have been leading myself in the right direction and not in the wrong. It took me too long in life. I spent 15 years of my life doing nothing, being nothing, and going nowhere. I moved to Houston and met a lady, or two or three, but met one that I've now been with for 28 years. Sometimes in the beginning she was a joy, sometimes she's a pain in the butt now, but most of the time she's right, and it helps keep me on that righteous road. How the struggle has helped me, has affected my life today. It has made me a better person. It has made me go back to wanting to be with Jesus. I was brought up from a child in the church. I was brought up as a child working in the church. And through this struggle, I have learned that if I go back to him, that he'll help me with my way, and to live whatever the hard times are and the bad times without trying to harm anyone physically or mentally. And that is not my desire of life. Peace, love, joy, and happiness is always going to be a part of what I want out of my life for myself and others. Some of my major goals that I have already, one of my biggest major goal that I have achieved was to travel and to go to different countries and see the beauty of God's country, the things that He's created, and to actually participate in those items that He's created and walk with them and see them, walk in them, and to see them for myself and to have somebody to be a part of that with me. I have achieved that goal, and do I still have goals? Yes, I do still have goals, and my biggest goal is to continue as an older person, since I have not traveled all over the United States, but mostly out of the country. My biggest goal is to do some traveling in the United States, and the biggest of them all is to go to Australia, Sydney, Australia. That is one of my goals to achieve before I leave this earth. The advice that I would give people that want to be extraordinary is to always stay positive, stay with positive people, keep negative people out of their lives. There is no such thing as that you can't do what you want to do in life. You can always bypass, and you can always surpass all struggles. And the struggle only gets harder when you are around negative people and you're going to be a negative person yourself. But first of all, foremost of all, like I said in the beginning of this interview, is that you have to keep Jesus as number one in your life. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care where you're going, where you've been, or how you do it. He has to be number one. And you have to stay positive about everything that you do. And what would you tell them to stay away from? Negative people. Negative. Anything that's negative, keep it out of your life. Stay away from it. It only hurts you in the long run. It does not allow you to succeed your goals in life. And the only way that you can complete your goals is, number one, you got to have Jesus as number one in your life. Number two, you have to stay with positive. You have to stay positive, and you have to keep positive people in your life. So with those things, there is nothing that you cannot accomplish. You should be able to accomplish everything in life. There's going to be things that you should, especially drugs is one of the things that people should always stay away from. Drugs is something that's a mind-altering deal that keeps you from being that most positive person that you can be in life. You have to have, your mind has to be set. We always have 10, 12 inches between us and God. 12 inches. And that's from our mind to our hearts. And as once we bring that gap and close that gap, there is nothing that we can't do. There is no struggle. There is no pain, no hurt that we cannot overcome or accomplish. And we can do it with a positive attitude. Without that, we're lost.